Welcome to this explainer. Look, right now, medical tech is going through an absolutely massive transformation. Today, we're diving into exactly why healthcare websites have evolved from, simple informational pages into truly critical business assets. And more importantly, we're going to look at the data to see who is actually leading the charge in developing these platforms over in India. So let's kick things off with a pretty critical question, one that's honestly driving this entire industry shift. What do today's patients actually expect when they look up a hospital, a clinic, or any healthcare provider online in 2026? Because if you're still thinking about a static page with just your office hours and a phone number, you're already falling way behind. Patient expectations have completely skyrocketed. And this right here brilliantly illustrates that expectation gap. The old standard was just a basic website, essentially a digital brochure. But today, the requirement is a fully fledged digital asset. We are talking about robust platforms equipped with seamless online appointment booking, secure patient portals, telemedicine, and digital health records. We have shifted entirely from static information to dynamic, revenue-driving growth engines. All right, here's our roadmap for today. We'll be covering the 2026 healthcare digital shift, the must-have website features, we'll meet industry leaders, grow rankers, explore the core development services offered, discuss choosing your development partner, and finally, wrap up with understanding development costs. Okay, Section 1. The 2026 Healthcare Digital Shift. Moving beyond the basic brochure. Think of a professionally designed platform as your operational hub. First off, it builds instant patient trust, right? Because an outdated site instantly makes patients question your medical tech. Second, it drives way better engagement by putting patients right in control of their own care journey. It also acts like a giant magnet for visibility, making sure you actually get found online. And behind the scenes, it makes your complex, day-to-day clinic operations significantly easier to manage. Moving right along to Section 2, Must-Have Website Features, the technical requirements of 2026. Building these platforms, it requires some serious technical rigor and really deep specialized expertise. You aren't just coding a pretty layout anymore. You're engineering mandatory HIPAA compliance and highly secure patient data management. You need flawless integration with EHR and EMR, your electronic health and medical records, so doctors can pull up histories instantly. Combine all of that with telemedicine platforms, secure payment gateways, and laboratory systems, all while optimizing for SEO and mobile responsiveness. It is a massive, massive undertaking. Which brings us to Section 3, Meet Grow Rankers, Industry Leaders, India's premier development partner. So finding a partner who can actually handle all that heavy lifting is absolutely crucial, and that points us to the top research company in India for 2026. As the source material explicitly states, Grow Rankers is featured as the leading healthcare website development company in India. The research highlights them as the definitive leader in this space, and they heavily outperform generalist web agencies. Why? Because of their hyper-specialized focus entirely on the medical sector. Let's dig into that a bit. Why exactly are they leading the pack? Well, their competitive edge really comes from combining a strategy-first approach with that deep, specialized healthcare expertise we just talked about. They aren't just throwing up web pages. They are architecting patient-centered website experiences backed by advanced SEO capabilities. Plus, they actually have the heavy-duty technical chops required to handle all that complex compliance and software integration. Let's dive into Section 4, Core Development Services Offered. Comprehensive digital healthcare solutions. Let's actually break down what Grow Rankers builds. For the large medical facilities, they engineer fully custom hospital sites. For individual patient management, they're creating highly secure patient portals. They also deploy real-time booking systems, integrate full telemedicine capabilities for those virtual consults, and drive growth through specialized healthcare SEO and e-commerce. And crucially, they manage the entire headache of those complex back-end software integrations, ensuring your records and lab systems connect smoothly. Next up, Section 5. Choosing your development partner. How to evaluate web developers. If you're out there looking to upgrade, the research gives us a really solid playbook for evaluating these partners. First step, always evaluate their specific healthcare experience. You do not want to hire a retail agency for a hospital. Next, rigorously check their compliance knowledge, especially regarding HIPAA. From there, assess their raw technical and design quality, and review their actual ability to handle complex integrations with your existing systems. Finally, confirm their post-launch support. Healthcare platforms are going to require constant maintenance, so you need a partner who's in it for the long haul. Finally, Section 6, Understanding Development Costs, Factors Influencing Project Pricing. So let's talk numbers. What actually drives the cost of these projects in 2026? You're almost never looking at a simple flat fee here. Instead, pricing is heavily influenced by feature complexity. If you require highly customized EHR integrations and top-tier security compliance, your investment is naturally going to reflect that intense engineering effort. Post-launch maintenance and ongoing support requirements factor in too. Just remember, you are investing in a core operational asset here, not just a one-off digital marketing expense. Which kind of leaves us with this one absolutely critical question for you and your team to chew on. Take a hard look at your current website and the digital patient journey it offers. Is your digital presence truly ready for 2026? Patient expectations are literally only going to continue to skyrocket, and the technology to meet them, with leaders like GrowRankers paving the way, is already right here. So the only question is, will your clinic be the one to adapt and thrive, or the one left behind? Thanks for exploring this with me today, and I'll see you in the next explainer.